Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyger.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
Hi, my name's Dutch or Kerry and I'll be playing Alexandra.
And my name is Rhydian, I am the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Hey there, Chummer. You ready to record this thing? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Your go for, what was that again? Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast. Good luck, Chummer.
Hello, Ome, and welcome to the Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast. My name is Paul, and I am the GM. The cast are Beth as Grace, aka Nightingale, Val as Ollie, aka Boxer, Veronica as Cecile, aka College Girl, and Kat as Deandra, no, aka Jandron over here, as we spin you a whiz little tale right out of the Tridio's true Shadowrunner origin stories. 4 very different women from very different walks of life, thrown together and cast into the shadows. Listen in as they learn to survive and work together and find common ground. For one of them, this life is a significant downgrade, and they will not take well to it. For others, it is a calling. For another, they are drifting from the light into the shadows. And for yet another, the 6th world is an assignment, and the events they are being sucked into may be just the insight they need. The Hard Knocks Sorority Podcast features ex-mercs whose history is catching up to them, a pony from Equestria on a mission from Celestia herself, a college girl who likes writing murder mysteries and snooping where she shouldn't, and a dryad ex-cop in Seattle looking for her missing brother. Life is interesting and compelling when there are differences amongst us. Who wants to live life as a clone in an army of wage slaves? So fire up your Tridio set or TrodeNet and join us. We're happy to have you along and look forward to hearing from you.
So, that was it, Chummer? That's all? Alright. Fair enough. Good luck with that. Folks listening in, back to the good stuff.
With Toyger getting a call from a distraught Lexi and the doctor pushing them to get the job done fast, the team are down a mage and doing a data steal on the fly.
Toyger speaking.
Cece?
Alexandra.
I really need you. Kinda now?
I don't want to come across as hostile, and I want you to understand that I am absolutely here to help you if you need me. But what did you do?
Think I've killed somebody?
Please tell me you're joking.
There was so much blood.
Where are you?
At home.
Right. Is there anyone with you?
Kevin and this last called Ruby, who helped me get home.
Kevin, Mrs. K's Kevin.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing more over unsecured comms. I'm on my way. You know the central cupboard above the hot plate?
Yeah.
There's a purple box in there with some tea in it. I want you to have drunk a cup of that tea by the time I get back.
Yeah.
I'll be there as soon as I can. Guys, I need to go.
We're
What?
kind of in the middle of something.
I'm about to be in the middle of something else.
We're in the middle of a job.
Alexandra's killed someone.
Congrats, first time?
Second
No,
time.
first time was the people she smeared across the freeway.
Oh yeah.
I hate dumping out on runs. Doctor, I've assessed your corpse, for which I expect recompense, by the way. Will I be needed urgently for anything else at the moment?
Well, yeah, I need to get the original fragging medical examiner's report. This piece of dreck, she holds up something on her comm link, that's clearly doctored. I want to know what the frag is actually going on here. I need you chuckle fraggers to get me into that office.
This was not what was agreed in the original...
No, and I'm going to be paying you for the extra job, but I need runners. I'm sorry about your friend, Alexandra, whoever she is, but if we don't get this, it's going to be gone.
Is the coroner's report time sensitive?
Very likely, yeah.
What's the chances they'd not
You're
already...
assuming a lot, like that they wrote down what actually killed him and then went back over and doctored it and didn't just write a bulldrek one the first time round.
And I would like to know these things, which I won't unless we can get access to that terminal. If they've deleted it, it'll still be in the metadata on there for a little while, but we've got to get access to it. We have to get at it.
To be honest, if we'd known this in advance, we probably could have just left the micro tapper in there.
Would have been good if we'd done that, wouldn't it? Here, you can have this back, by the way, Huggy.
Thank you. But no, it wasn't the micro tapper that we sent in. It was
Oh, it was Damerling.
yeah, Tomerling is micro tapper.
Which I think I had anyway, but I'll give it back to Huggy. Or did you nick it off me in the van, Toyger?
I'm going to say that you put it down and Toyger picked it up to footer with.
Were you fidgeting with the drone? You will break its legs.
And while this is going on, Toyger's got like the hands folded behind his back, pacing up and down. So anyway, why did they change the autopsy report? Enlighten us, Doctor, please do.
I don't know. This is what I'm trying to find out. Why the frag are they covering up for this guy? I mean, his career was over. He's no longer a threat. Why fragging top him?
Well, of course he was still a threat. He was a high-up Republican candidate. He knew things.
His party had fragging dropped him like he was flaming fragging turd.
He still knows things. He's been to the weird sex parties. He is still a vehicle of blackmail, and potentially the wife...
Yeah, but nobody would believe him.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not thinking particularly clearly today.
The man's utterly discredited as a lifetime liar. Anything that comes out of his mouth, nobody's going to believe. Why fragging top him? And in such a weird way as well. I mean, there's...
In the name of tidying up?
Yes, but there's any number of fragging gangers high on kamikaze you can get and say, that guy, I'll give you 50 new yen for him.
Honestly, you could just have left the front door of his motel room unlocked and somebody probably would have broken in and shot him in a break-in.
Yeah. So, I want to know what the frag is going on.
This does seem like they were specifically targeting him for something more than just he knew about the weird sex parties.
And can we not talk about the weird sex parties? I've seen quite enough of that guy today, and I really don't want to think about that.
Well, it does sort of put pay to the urban myths about all orcs.
She raises an eyebrow, looks at you and says, are you really wanting to go down that road?
Oh, I've read statistical analyses. It was something to do with... I'm not getting into this. I've learned about it in college. Right. Toyger sort of claps his hands, and the Force 5 Spirit of Man that I had, the Viking Merchant Wolverine Spirit thing, appears. So I'm going to do loaning services. I've got 4 services left on him, and I'm going to use 1 to give the remaining 3 to someone in the party.
Toyger, before you do anything,
Yeah.
Doctor, how urgent are we talking here? Are we talking right this minute, or before his body is processed, or what?
Problem is, I don't know. It could be The metadata could be purged today, it could be next week, it could be next month. I have no way of knowing, and once that's gone, it's gone forever. There's no fragging way we can get that back.
And what do you need, matrix access or physical access?
It's gonna have to be physical. If they've hashed it, it'll be still in the drive of that terminal. That's what I've got to get access to. Probably won't need long.
If it's in the drive of a terminal, can't it be done matrix-wise?
Maybe, but it's unlikely. If I can get in there, it'll just make everything quicker and easier. I can get at it the old-fashioned way.
They may well have air-gapped servers that they use for storing medical data, so you're not going to want to keep that data on easily accessible server if they're keeping it long-term.
Yeah.
Look, chums, I just need access to that terminal. Once I can get a bit more of an idea, there might be another follow-up job, there might not be. I don't know. I won't know until I can get access to it. And once this is gone, it's gone. I have no way of knowing. And all I've got... Evan here's brought me more questions than fragging answers. If it was just a simple case of, oh, he'd been poisoned, that's probably jilted wife, whatever, she just wants him gone. But this is weird.
Yeah, no, the fact he was magically killed is interesting, and I am not going to be able to give this my full concentration.
I'm going to put my foot down and say we are not pulling an infiltration with a passenger without our mage.
How much time is this mess that Alexandra's got herself into going to take?
God in his heaven knows. There's apparently some random woman named Ruby or Robin or Rubella involved. Kevin's there, keeping her settled. I told her to drink some of the calming tea.
You know that stuff's all based on Bulldrak, right?
Not when I brew it myself, it's not. Right.
This sounds like it would be a matter of hours.
I hope.
I propose we send Toyger home. The rest of us get a drone into the morgue, and we can try and do this matrix-wise.
If not, if you can get a micro tapper onto that server, I can break the air gap.
We put Mr. Harper back in the refrigerated van until we have Toyger back. And if we can't get the information matrix-wise, when we take Mr. Harper in, we take the doc with us, pull a physical infiltration.
Thank you, chummers.
Any argument?
How much are we getting paid for this?
Good question.
She smiles, says like, I can do you another $4,000 for this one.
Oh, I really, really don't like this. There's already enough going on. This is already
Too
enough
many
of a
moving
mess.
parts here, I don't like it.
Oh. Let's see what we can do.
It might be a simple job through the matrix.
And it might rain gold tomorrow afternoon. I need to get going. Don't suppose you'd be willing...
You say that as if it might be a good thing.
If it were to rain gold, it might kill us all. Can I borrow one of the vans, please, Huggy, to just bus me home?
I'll give you a jogging girl.
Super. In the meantime, I'm quite excited to do Learning Spirits. I've never done it before. It's fun. That was a Jack, not a Toyger. So Toyger claps his hands and the Force 5 Spirit of Man appears. It's like a Wolverine, like the animal, but it's wearing like a wrap jacket and it's got a fancy hat on and a big fancy brooch pin. It's like a dressed in completely historically accurate fancy Viking merchant gear, but it is a giant Wolverine. So he's got 4 services. I can use one of them to loan the remaining 3 to someone else.
Right.
I believe that's how it works. Any...
Think that's correct, Rid?
I'm happy to roll with it.
Okay.
Let's just keep the game rolling. We'll look it up later.
Right. One of you needs to be in charge of issuing instructions. Do we have any volunteers?
What? Give it to one of the mages.
Instructions to what, this thing?
What, this thing? He has a name. He's a person.
You've not told us his name.
Over the spirit link. Actually, it says out loud as it looks around, and I'm certainly not telling any of you what my name is.
Yeah, that seems fair.
With your permission, I'll use the agreed upon nickname.
You can call me whatever you like.
Very decent of you. Maverick, this is Mervyn. Mervyn, this is Maverick. Mervyn, as
Mervyn,
per
the
our
wolf spirit, just gives you this look of...
Wolverine spirit.
Really? Yes, Wolverine spirit just gives you this look of... Mervyn? That's what you're going with? Really?
It's a Welsh name meaning he who feasts on marrow. Like bone marrow.
Over the spirit link.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Mervyn, this is Maverick. He is a professional. He is a survivor of the Deep South's finest police academy. Maverick, this is Mervyn. He's a spirit of commerce with... Yeah, he's got exactly the same sort of mean streak you'd expect to find in a spirit of commerce. Mervyn, as per our pre-agreed contract, I'm going to expend one of my instructions. You are to obey Mav for the following 3. Is this acceptable to you?
He nods at you and holds out a forepaw.
Toyger Holt takes the forepaw and shakes it. And then when he pulls his hand away, he's got like half a bone ring in his hand, and Mervyn's got the other one, which gets tucked into the wrap jacket.
Yep. And Mervyn then walks over to Mav, and he's taller than you, Mav. And you're an orc, so you're short by orc standards, but you're tall by average normal human standards. And he leans down and just starts sniffing at you. And then stands up straight again and nods.
Ugh, hermetic, aren't they always?
Mervyn just doesn't blink, doesn't raise an eyebrow. It doesn't seem to bother him.
Mervyn, please wait on the astral until we need you.
Right. We need to somehow get one of the micro-tappers into the center of that hospital. If we'd known this, when we sent somebody in, we could have just dropped somebody in there.
How much does the micro tapper cost?
About 1,000.
1,000-ish? Okay. I mean,
we've got several, don't we?
I have one left from the police job.
Oh yeah, there's still like 2 in the police station, aren't there?
Yes, there is.
We really should sell those to someone. They're valuable.
We did. I'm pretty sure we did.
Dr. Butler just looks at you and says, "You still have micro-tappers in a precinct?"
I'm pretty sure we sold connections to them to Giuseppe.
Oh, we did.
And that? You sold them to that guy? Well, I won't be getting a hold of them then. Fair enough.
I think we did sell those. Rude, can you remember?
I'll need to check my notes.
Carry on.
It's been a tick. We've had a whole rescue arc for Alexandra since then.
Speaking of, so Toyger gets out an actual physical paper notebook and a pen and writes down a bunch of stuff in it and hands it to Mav. That's a list of everything he can do.
What is on this list?
A list of the powers that a spirit of man has, including his optional one.
Which is...
Innate spell, he can cast acid spray.
Right, that is not particularly useful in our current situation, ma'am.
His powers are accident, astral form, concealment, which is going to be the useful one because he can make the doctrine.
That's the useful one.
Yep. Confusion and enhanced senses, guard, influence, materialization, sapience, and search. So he can poke around in people's brains, similar to how Toyger can. He can make people invisible, similar to how Toyger can. He is that. For the time being, he is your Toyger.
He is actually quite useful.
Yeah, and his name's Mervyn.
And his name is Mervyn, the Eater of Marrow.
Before Toyger gets in the van, he leans out and says, "Do not play poker with him. He will win and he will fleece you for everything you have."
Noted.
Okay. Do you want control of the van, or do you want me to just control it for you?
Could you drive me home, please? I never learned how.
Certainly. I'm just going to put you on grid guide for now. If you need me to do anything special, give me a yell.
Will do. If you need me for anything, phone me. I will be there as soon as I've finished unpickling my cousin.
Do it as fast as you possibly can.
I will be as quick as is humanly possible.
Right.
Mervyn's putting away the deck of cards back into his wrap jacket, looking disappointed.
You think Toyger's jacket is cavernous? Like, things come out of that wrap jacket that really should not fit in there.
Yeah, it's a fragging pocket dimension. What do you expect?
He's just spirit and none of it is real. Doesn't count.
So he reaches into the jacket again and says,
So, he said nothing about dominoes.
I am not wagering with you.
Oh, why not? It'll be fun. I promise not to take anything valuable.
You are literally a spirit of commerce.
And?
I will happily game with you as long as the stakes are made explicitly clear.
100 million and no more.
Dr. Butler jumps in. As fascinating as this is, tick-tock.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Let's go back to the hospital, see if we can't get this drone into place.
Who's the pushy one?
Mervyn is extremely put out by the doctor being very pushy. He's quite fussy.
She is technically in charge here. Anyway, Mervyn,
Yes.
please wait on the astral. We will call you. I will call you.
Does that count as a service?
No. That is a non-service.
So Mervyn's sort of like one massive hand paw over his chest, slight inclination of the head, and then as if there's a bluster of wind, he sort of just blows away into dust, leaves a business card behind, written in like some sort of runic alphabet you can't read.
So, I have questions.
Ask them in the van. Let's start moving on.
So do I. Let's go to the hospital. I can answer mine. The doctor is clearly pretty damn impatient over this.
Doctor is always impatient.
Yes.
She wouldn't know patience if it leapt up and bit her.
This is usually not her problem.
However, right now there's 4,000 reasons that it's your problem. I didn't specify if that was each or altogether. I'm going to say that is 4,000 each.
Good.
Yeah, I would hope for that much for trying to infiltrate somebody else into a hospital.
Yep. Okay, so are we going with what happens to Toyger next, or are we heading to the hospital next? What would people like to do first?
I would quite like to see what happens with Toyger.
I think we go for going back to the hospital and trying to infiltrate one of the drones, the micro tapper. And then we cut back to Toyger.
We will get to the hospital a lot quicker.
Okay, so in that case, given that we'll do a short bit with you guys and then cut back to Toyger so that we can do that tonight, I'll say that you're just driving over to the hospital. If you want to park outside or a block over or something like that, that's very easy to do. It is quite late now. You've spent basically the whole day on this. What are you going to do when you arrive?
Just to be clear about something, we put Mr. Harper back in the refrigeration, right?
Yeah, Mr. Hare's currently still on his retainer, so he's coming with you. He's not in the same vehicle as you, unless you're deciding to ride in Mr. Hare's van, but he's about.
We'll tell him to park up somewhere out of the way and, I don't know, nap, put his feet up, watch Trid, whatever he wants.
Yeah, look, buddy, we've got more problems have come up, so we'll call you when we need you.
All right, fine. I mean, I'm getting paid for my time. I don't mind.
Young Toyger didn't say anything about not gambling with him.
Sunshine, you had questions. We're now on the way.
Yeah. Spirit of Commerce? That's a new one to me. Since when was that a thing?
This list that Toyger gave me has at the top Spirit of Man brackets commerce. He's talked about spirits of man before.
Yeah, I've heard about them, but okay.
I think this is just Toyger-y flavouring.
It's also the most, I don't know, kind of anthropomorphic looking spirit I think I've seen.
It is a spirit of man.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about stuff I have absolutely no idea about, so I'm just going to keep driving, I suppose.
Dr. Butler looks at Huggy and says, yeah, I'm with you on this one. I'm a Matrix jockey.
Yeah, well, let's see what use you can put that to.
So there's sort of like a ripple in the air next to Mav, like almost like it's like a curtain with an exact printing of what's behind it on it. And Mervyn just like his little paws poke up and his little face pokes out. It's like,
I could provide an adequate explanation if you were happy for me to do so.
No.
Fine then.
and he just draws back through the curtain, and the curtain sort of turns back into real space.
Right. So, what's the plan for getting a microtapper into the hospital?
I suspect that if I have Mervyn conceal me, I could probably vanish into the lobby and pass some drones into the air vents, like Toyger did before. I won't be invisible, I'll just be hiding.
Air vents are all well and good, but I need this into the I need this to be in the data system.
Can you get it to the data from the air vents?
I don't know, but that'll take longer.
Do you have any kind of engineering skills or anything like that?
Is that a question directed at me or a question directed at Mav?
That's a question directed at either of you, really.
I have electronics group.
Hardware comes under that. I'll give you hardware at a -2.
That's 0 hits.
You have no fragging clue. Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I might, but I have no idea. I certainly can't guarantee it.
Worst case, you crawl out of the air vents somewhere close to where you want to go. Right, give me a microtapper and fly spy.
Absolutely. I'll give you the microtapper and Merlin.
Cool. Alright, service number 1. Mervyn.
Young Maverick.
And he sort of just appears, like, sitting cross-legged on the floor next to you, like fingers steepled.
From the astral, conceal me and yourself until I leave the van and return to it.
So he holds up, like, the sort of bone ring he got with Toyger, and approximately, like, a third of it vanishes. And then he just holds up the other hand and snaps, like, the bare fingers on it. And Maverick is now subject to his concealment.
Concealment.
I need to roll for that, don't I?
No, it just runs off the spirit's force.
Oh, super.
It acts as a penalty to the people attempting to perceive Maverick equal to the force of the spirit.
Which is 5.
Yeah, so a lot. Okay, are you doing anything else to get yourself in discreetly there, Mav, or are you just going balls to the wall? Nope, walk in, jam this thing into a vent, leg it out.
I'm not going to sneak in. I'm just going to walk in, because people walk into the front of hospitals. That's a perfectly ordinary thing.
Okay.
But once I'm in there, then I will start.
Yeah. So I am going to ask for an infiltration roll to give me something to roll against.
Very well. And I will activate my agility boost before I roll that.
Of course you will.
Of course I will. It runs off agility.
Remember that you're at a -1.
I am indeed. Only 2 hits.
While Mav's sort of like getting himself ready, Mervyn turns to Huggy.
Young Huggy, Toyger mentioned that your family farmed brassicas. Did the 2064 crop blight have any meaningful effect on your outgoings?
No, we weren't farmers back in 2024.
2064.
Oh, 2064, sorry, I misheard you. Marginally.
The overall percentage was down.
At this point, he just sort of goes off on a great long ramble about like how this particular pest damaged like crop outgoings for the whole of like Central Europe, asking like you the occasional question, but quickly just moving on to another point of data. And he's like flicking through like it's like a clipboard that he keeps turning over bits of paper on, but like there are more bits of paper than could feasibly fit on the clipboard. And he just goes off like this for some time.
So, Mav,
Ivar.
you're fine. Nobody sees you.
You bastard.
Yes.
You are a monster.
But GM, it's my job. So, yeah, you get yourself into the hospital with 0 issues. It's still hammering with rain. Oh, it's disgusting. And you just kind of bundle yourself up, put your respirator on, and head out. And you find yourself dripping in the lobby of this hospital. Stabby the syringe is doing his forlorn dance, attempting to encourage people to take out medical insurance that is actually really shit when you take a quick look at what's on the stall and go, that's really bad. For the price you're paying, that's really bad.
As you're having a peek, like Mervyn is like peeking over your shoulder as well, like still invisible, I'm guessing, but he's also just having a look.
This is grim and bleak and depressing.
So what are you doing, Mav?
I need to find an air vent. Probably the same one Toyger used before.
I'm not even going to make you roll perception. They're not exactly hidden. And nobody's noticing you right now. As long as you don't, trip over a nurse or something, it's probably fine.
I'm probably not going to trip over anyone. I saunter over to the air vent. At this point, I am actually, infiltrationing.
Yeah.
And do we need to open the vent, or do I just drop the drones in? Whatever. Poke.
They can get themselves in fairly easily, I'd say.
Poke. Drones deployed.
Okay, give me a roll.
What am I rolling? Infiltration?
Yep.
Make me keep rolling until I fail. Well, that was 2 again.
They also got 2, but it was a glitch.
Ah.
So, at this point, one of the security guards looks up and goes, hey, what are you? And at that point, Stabby trips over him and they just go down in a screaming heap.
Thank you, Stabby. At which point, I take advantage of the distraction and retreat.
Do you remember that really old gif of the dancing banana?
Yes,
Oh my god, yeah.
A relic of a bygone age.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining Stabby doing, just in a syringe outfit.
And it's got the smiley face, but you can sense like the bleak, hollow emptiness of the person inside.
In fact, Stabby doesn't trip over him. He's doing the pumping the arms in the air and just full on punches the guy in the face. But yeah, as you were saying, Toyger, anyone that can A-sense can just feel the waves of depression rolling off this guy or girl or whatever that has to earn a living trapped in this. So you've managed to get that in.
I then withdraw.
Yep. And head back to the van. Huggy, could I get a pilot groundcraft, or no, it'd be pilot anthroform for the drone?
Certainly. Give me a second. I just need to pull up Moonin's drone.
This is more of a how long does it take you kind of deal.
You know what? I have Edge. I'm going to use it in this instance. Because Huggy is going to be putting her everything into this. She is hot simming this.
Alrighty.
That's 9 hits.
Fucking hell, Huggy. Yeah. You remember what I said when you were doing the precinct job about tap dancing along the ducts?
Yep.
Huggy, have you been going to dance classes as the drone?
Not as the drone, no.
Because you could have fragging fooled me.
Me and Smarty have gone to a couple of dance classes together.
Aww.
He does, one of his employees does like aerobics dance lessons in the gym. And we decided to go along to a couple of them.
Aww.
That's very cool. I've also now just got the mental image of like the Sixth World equivalent of Strictly Come Dancing, where they pair up a troll with a human. The lifts and throws for that must get a little bit, oh shit, what's the lighting rig?
Yeah, they had to stop pairing trolls and elves because they kept losing elves in the chandeliers.
Get me down! Somebody get a ladder!
Silence, lighting fixture, throws rock.
So you've managed to get this drone up and in position. You managed to burrow it into the ducts without any bother, Huggy. You get yourself up to, it's like one of the air vent fan stations.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to flea jump it onto the spindle at the center of the fan so that you're not going to get cut by the blades. It's fragging nauseating as you get spun round and round and crawl round on this until you can get onto the wire that goes back in that powers it, and now you're actually into the service wiring part of the hospital. It does take you a while. I'm going to say it takes you probably 2-3 hours to get up to where you need to be, and in a previous session, you managed to get hold of like actual schematics of the building with wiring diagrams and where the HVAC is and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunshine is there with you going, okay, go this way, go that way. And Dr. Butler's backseat drone driving a little bit, which is kind of annoying, and you'd quite like her to shut the fuck up, but she's paying you, so... Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, I would have turned my ears off, but can't right now.
Yeah.
Got to listen to Sid Johnson.
Yep. So we'll leave you just crawling out of one of the optical cable ports in the coroner's office. What? Oh dear. Their latest
Hunter?
customer seems to have lost an argument with a sliver gun at short range.
That's not pretty.
Yeah, part of him's delivered in a bucket.
Right, so paying as little attention to that as possible.
And we'll cut back to Toyger arriving outside his building.
Speaking of buckets, people.
Toyger hops out of Joringale, turns around, closes the door, and he's about to thank the van, and he's like, I'll just thank Huggy later and hope this thing knows how to park itself. Takes a few deep breaths to calm himself and manages and just makes his way to like the new flat, face like thunder.
As you go in through the lobby, it's not Kevin on the door. It's one of Mrs. Kubiata's other kids, grandkids, grandkids. Who the frag knows at this point? He's sat in the chair next to the door, and he's got another elf with him. Seems to be chatting her up. They're paying no attention whatsoever to you.
Under normal circumstances, Toyger would have turned to her and said, run now, but like his mind is elsewhere. I'm not even going to try the lift, because I don't think has the lift ever actually worked in the whole time that we've played this game.
No, and Rick is currently making home improvements to his nest.
Setting up a hammock somehow. How did he afford nails? How did he afford the hammer? Questions for later.
Theft. The secret ingredient is crime.
Yeah, the good old five-finger discount.
Yeah.
So, powering up the stairs, and there's this shortcut where if you go out onto the 8th floor and into flat number 15, it doesn't have a door or a ceiling, so you can just levitate yourself right the way up, and you can cut out like 3 floors, which gets you where you're going slightly quicker.
As you're crossing 16, you do have to pause for a few moments at one corridor, because the skyway that goes from your building to the Spikers building connects on this floor, and there's another fragging gunfight going on right now, so you have to wait for the gel rounds to die down a little bit before you can actually cross the corridor.
One of these days, I'm going to get the biggest and nastiest and fangliest spirit I can and set it to guard that place. That'll put an end to the gunfights right. Gets to front door, swipes key card or key or whatever, opens door, walks in. What carnage do I behold?
So Kevin is sort of looking in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
whilst Alexandra is still somewhat tearfully curled up on the sofa with this other random lass.
She's an elf. She's wearing a pair of Alexandra's pajamas at the moment. They're both in pajamas. And she looks like she's got a lot of makeup on that is just utterly ruined, and her hair, it's fragging everywhere. They both look like they've gotten absolutely soaked recently, and she seems to be hugging Alexandra whilst Alexandra... Actually, what is Alexandra doing?
Sobbing into the very large cup of tea that is made with too many tea bags.
Yeah. As you look down, Toyger, that teacup mug seems to have 8 tea bags in it.
Terribly inauspicious number. So all of like the sort of rage and annoyance at having his run ruined and like having to come back and sort this and annoyance, the second he sees Alexander crying, just melts and like sort of goes over, like kneels next to her, puts his hand on her arm and says, "Are you physically okay? Do you have any holes you weren't born with?"
I think so.
Ruby, the lass who's with her, kind of looks down and says, "She's physically okay. She's really shaken up."
Right. You're going to sit here and drink your tea. You're going to drink it while it's hot. It's going to be a little bit strong. Hopefully it won't turn you into a bit of a Spacey Tracy. Your name was...
Ruby.
Ruby, you and I are going to go and have a little chat in the kitchen with Kevin. Or without Kevin. Let's come along now, shall we? And like Toyger stands up. Like he's sort of got one hand behind his back, which is clenched into a fist, like digging nails into flesh of palm. I am calm. I am so calm. I'm very calm. This person's potentially hurt my cousin and I'm not going to rip her head off about it. Because I'm so calm, you guys.
Ruby takes a couple of moments before coming through with you and turns to Alexandra and says, "I'll be back in a minute. Are you going to be okay on your own?"
Yeah.
Okay. If you want me to stay, I'm happy to do that. If you'd rather I leave and he looks after you, that's also okay. Whatever you prefer, okay?
Don't leave, but you
Okay.
suggest going in. And
Okay. Like I say, whatever you need. I'll be back in a minute. And she comes through to the kitchen, and the moment the bead curtain between the living room and the kitchen is swinging back into place, she immediately jabs a finger into the middle of Toyger's chest and just whisper shouts,
What the hell did you think you were doing, leaving her on her own? You fragging idiot!
So Toyger sort of reaches up and like grabs the finger and completely calm, mellow voice. Like he's not shouting or anything. But you can, like, I don't know if she's magical or not, but if she is, she can feel the wards around this place, like, trembling. As Toyger, in his most calm and reasonable voice, "You will do well to bear in mind in whose house you are, madam. It's his mum's. Now, on a lighter note, I have your finger in my hand, and you're going to explain to me what's happened before I snap it off."
There's a low click, and you feel something press against your crotch, and she says, "You're going to let go, or I'm going to geld you."
So she just sort of feels like a sort of gentle, like, rubbing on her shoulders as Toyger's other beast spirit, the weird mermaid one, so just like gives her a very gentle back rub and leans in, and like doesn't say anything. It can't speak audibly, but she can feel its breath on her ear, and it feels weirdly wet.
She looks nervous and then says, "That thing may be quick. My hand is quicker."
Quicker than the speed of thinking.
What the
There's
hell
all too many.
were you thinking, leaving her alone? I'm going to lower the knife if you let go of my finger and call off that.
Toyger lets go of the finger.
She lowers the knife and starts folding the flick knife back up and puts it... disappears into the pajamas somewhere, and you're not wanting to ask where.
So the spirit sort of like drifts around her, like lingering hand across the shoulder until it's like floating in the air next to Toyger. Like looking at her, sort of occasionally like sort of half smiling so she can see all its shark teeth.
Kevin at this point goes, I know this is a bad time, but I think you both kind of want the same thing, and you're both really angry, and that's okay, but this isn't the time, and please don't hurt me.
Kevin is right. It is not the time. The time will come later. I was thinking, in answer to your question, that she is largely an adult who, confined to this flat, could do very little harm, and that reasonable people like Auntie Kay and her sensible daughters and Kevin were nearby, and that I would be out of the house for 24 hours at most, and I could come back and sort it. And yet I get phone calls about dead people and blood everywhere, and I come back to find a stranger with a knife cuddled up to my cousin in my flat.
Well, I got her back to the flat after she killed a man for the first time and ran screaming into me in this fragging awful storm.
Not for the first time. I'm going to need the story. So, you and I are going to stand here, and we're going to brew ourselves some tea, and then we're going to go and sit down with Alexandra and hear this story. Kevin, I see you sneaking for the door. Don't.
Hey,
Don't.
Hey, dude. Hey, man. I am not involved here. They came back into the building. I helped them upstairs. And Ruby just says, he's been all right. Look, what happened, as far as I know, she went out to do some shopping. She got lost on the way home and got mugged. Something happened and the guy died. I haven't been able to get those details out of her, and you know what? I'm not actually going to push her because, quite frankly, I think she's got enough going on right now. She ran into me, covered in blood, and I helped her home. And I've been looking after her since, whilst Kevin helps out. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin looks genuinely slightly confused at the moment, says, it's all right. I'd have made us something to eat, but you don't have a soy dispenser. And who does? I know you've got the allergy map, but it's just weird not having one, you know?
I have a toaster.
A what?
Toyger points at the toaster, which is not plugged in and has never worked.
He didn't understand the kettle, Cece.
How does one fail to understand a kettle?
Because I've got a microwave, man.
You don't make tea in a microwave, you Philistine.
But it makes hot water.
No, it doesn't. It makes radiation. Right. Toyger gets the kettle working, brews various teas. No one gets asked what tea they would prefer. They just have it inflicted on them. So, for clarity, Ruby? Rudy?
Yes. Ruby.
Ruby?
That's...
Who are you? Are you a random passerby, a good Samaritan, a spy?
I'm the poor idiot that works the street down the road, and you've walked past me 6 times.
I am not an observant man.
She pulls up the gym jams to show off the fishnets and the 8-inch red heels she's wearing and says, do you really think I'd want to climb your stairs in these?
Those look painful.
Yeah. Also, whoever invented gel inserts for these, I hope they made enough new yen that they could drown someone in it. They fragging deserve it.
From what I gather, the one responsible for them died at the moment of orgasm, surrounded by 80 nubile virgins and off his tits on Nova Coke.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend virgins. Anyway, I work the street down the road. I met her earlier. We had a little bit of an argument. It was fine. I thought she was working my turf. She wasn't. And then she runs into me covered in blood, screaming and crying. What would you do if you're not a total fragging bastard and that happens to you?
So Toyger just sort of sips tea, massages his forehead and says, I have acted very unfairly towards you. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry for not remembering your face or your name. I am concerned about her, and my concern is manifesting as anger. Alexandra.
That's fine. People who give me money don't remember my fragging name half the time. And it's not actually my name.
I imagine so. I have known one Ruby in real life. She was a terror. Do you remember Great Auntie Ruby? She's one of our dad's aunties, I think.
Not really.
Human woman, like 3.5 feet tall. She had pink hair. She once bit a waiter.
Oh.
Ruby and Kevin look very confused for a few moments. Why?
He brought her Merlot instead of Shiraz.
Kevin just looks utterly confused, and Ruby is having this look of, there's people that can afford that?
Alexandra, my usual methods of keeping people calm don't work on you for whatever reason, so quickly and concisely, where did you go and why did you go there, and then what happened?
You'd left me. I just wanted to go shopping.
Understandable. I didn't ask you to stay in the flat out of spite. There was a very good reason. And I didn't extrapolate it properly. You went shopping. Where did you go and what did you buy?
Jeans and a t-shirt, I think.
Did they survive the acid rain?
Oh, and the coat. Oh god, that's covered.
There's a knack to getting blood out of fabrics. I mean, so Toyger's still got his coat on at this point. Like, he shows you a section of it that looks completely unremarkable. That was soaked through with my blood at one point, now you can't even tell. So, we don't need to worry about blood. It's a non-issue. Like, we can deal with blood.
I got lost trying to get back. The fog was just...
The fog's all but awakened. It's doing weird things to magical people.
And then... Oh, there was so much blood.
Is any of it yours?
No. At least I don't think so.
More mercies.
This...
One step at a time.
Fragging creepy-ass dude jumped me. Then I don't really remember what happened. And then he was dead. Very dead. And fragging arm blades were covered as well. I'm pretty sure it was me. And I just... God, there was so much blood.
You said he jumped you. He didn't take anything from you?
He wanted my cred stick.
We'll come back to where this money came from. I'm not missing any that I know of. Do you still have your cred stick?
Yeah.
And you have your purchases, your jacket, your jeans, your t-shirt?
What's left of them after the rain.
We'll see what we can do to fix them.
Ruby jumps in and says, I know the guy, she described him, that some fragger called Tally Marks. It's a nasty, nasty piece of drac. None of the girls around here would go with him. They're, too dangerous. Raging addict. He used to stick people up for cash to fuel his habit, but hey, if she did take him out, she's done the area a favour, quite honestly.
Loss of life is lamentable, and this part of you that doesn't want to cause blood loss or harm is a part of you I really hope you hold on to. But you defended yourself from someone who it doesn't sound like would have hesitated. And you got out safe, and you got home safely, and you're now surrounded by people who care about you and want what's best for you. The best thing I think to do now is to get you into the headspace where you're comfortable to go about your life, and then maybe all together we can go see where this mess is and maybe see about cleaning it up. But in the meantime, we have tea to finish, and we have clothes to examine to see if they're salvageable.
Kevin's leaning against the countertop and says, I really wouldn't worry about cleaning the mess up, man. The devil rats will have had it by now.
Oh god.
Well, my solution was going to be to ask the local devil rats to clean it up, so...
Those things leap through fragging concrete to get at food. Buffet like that, they'll be all over it.
You remember the Battle of the 18th Floor?
Yeah, he pulls up a trouser leg and there's like a massive bite scar in his calf. Yeah, I fragging do.
Okay, I am going to be sick. I'll be back in a second.
And Ruby just looks at you both and says, "Are you going to shut the frag up?" And follows Alexandra out the room to check on her.
You know, if you'd let me heal that at the time, you wouldn't have the scar.
Frag you, man. Also, don't be so hard on Ruby. She's done all right.
I regret being so hard on Ruby. She seems to have done a better job of this than I did.
You might want to frag and tell her that, because even if you don't make use of their services, piss her off, the local girls will make your life a living hell.
I know that. I have ways of making apologies.
Frag and do it, because I don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
So I'm guessing Alexandra's gone to the bathroom to puke.
Yep.
Ruby's holding your hair for you.
A gentle knock at the door. Ruby, can I borrow you for a moment?
She gives you a hard look and then sort of gently takes one of Alexandra's hands and puts the bundled ponytail into it. And I'll get you a glass of water when I come back. Won't be long, okay? And she stands up and comes out. And she's an elf, so she's taller than you anyway.
Toyger's not that tall. Toyger's 5'7".
With the heels as well, she's towering over you. And she would have taken those off by now.
Yeah,
God damn it.
She would take
No, she would be taking those off. She's been complaining about her feet hurting already. So yeah, she's still taller than you. And she just looks down at you. She seems to be waiting to see what you have to say.
The only thing I have to offer by way of thanks are thanks and the owing of favours. I don't have enough money to give you. I don't have any magic trinkets that would be of any use to you. You were there for her when I wasn't. You've been better to her than I could have expected from anyone. If you ever need a magician, just get in touch.
He nods at you and says, "I will."
I've got some medicine that will help with the vomiting, something to settle the stomach, and something to replace the sugars and salt she's losing. I'm going to give a quick call to the team, let them know that I will not be available for the foreseeable while we decide what to do with this.
All right.
My instinct is to go with the positives. She apparently managed to get her arm blades away on her own. That's fairly new. She appears to have done...
I've got to ask, did that where she flicks her hand and hand razors come out from underneath her sort of half-inch long fingernails and says, "Who did those? Because that is some good work. If I can get the name of them."
It was done against her will by someone who has done something to her mind and taken away chunks of it. There are whole sections of her time in that school that are just gone. And when I reach in to try and find them, I can't find anything. I'm working on fixing it, but yes.
She kind of flexes the hand with the hand razors and just takes a deep breath and says, "I see. If I can help, for what it's worth, let me know. I've got opinions on bodily autonomy."
The blades are the least of it. I do regret not sending that piasma into Dr. Brousseau's office, but
What?
life is nothing but a very long story. With Alexandra's permission, we will tell it, but in the meantime, any cyberware she has, she's not best pleased about having it.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Toyger at this point sort of steps away, goes over to Kevin and grabs the mug of tea out his hand because he had the ginger one.
And Kevin's just like going, "Dude,
I was enjoying that.
I liked that. Hell. It's the first thing I've had in your flat that didn't look back at me."
You can have another one, there's plenty in the cupboard. Alexandra, please drink this, it'll settle your stomach.
I'm not here to ask awkward questions, but why didn't you just make Alexandra a fresh cup of the tea instead of stealing Kevin's?
I mean, I'm kind of on Mav's side here.
Toyger is angry and frustrated and...
Don't be silly, Toyger. You're not angry.
Poor Kevin, he's not done anything wrong. He's trying to help.
Gives Alexandra the tea, says, I'm just going to step away and, get you that medicine for, to help you feel a bit less shaky. I'll be back in a second. Goes up to Kevin. Kevin's an elf as well, so he's also really tall.
Yeah.
So Toyger has to, reach up, get the arm around the neck and pull him down. And, just whisper right in his ear, I owe you enormously. And then steps away and goes back to just ignoring him.
Kevin looks really confused. Just says, that is not how I expected that to go.
Don't ruin it. Don't make it weird.
I'm not making it weird. You're making it weird. By calling out the
Kevin.
weird.
Kevin.
What
Thank
are
you.
you two
What?
arguing about?
We're bickering, dear. Just give us a minute. Toyger comes back in with, a pint glass with, the salty Ribena diorolite you give to sick people. Here, drink this. It tastes terrible.
Oh, God. Okay.
Don't chug it. You're just gonna... Nope, you're gonna be sick again. Rapid, grabbing of hair to keep it out of the...
So, cutting away from Toyger's domestic situation, are you enjoying that dependent quality yet there, Toyger?
Kind of, yes. This is I don't know, this is nice. This is, I have someone I need to look after, and Toyger has to be
I love
Yeah.
you dearly, but you have a curious definition of nice.
No, it's Toyger's So Toyger up to this point has been a nasty, vicious little animal who, enjoys hurting people and being nasty. It's now I have to be... Now Cecil has to come out.
Yeah, fair.
There's a text message that goes to Huggy. Huggy, you get this message.
Huggy is a little bit caught up right now, but okay.
Preoccupied.
So, tell you what, I'll just send it to the group chat then. Alexandra killed guy, no one important, net good for the universe, will be indisposed for the time being, hope Mervin's behaving himself. If you need further help, let me know, I'll send someone else. P.S. Made a new friend.
See, when he says that, there are two ways you can interpret made a new friend.
Killed a guy, made a new friend.
I mean, the first bit's not really open to interpretation. The second bit is.
Mav replies to the conversation, we could, capitals, really use our mage back for this run we're in the middle of.
Will provide as much remote help as Toygerly possible.
We will have words.
Absolutely, we will have words. Smiley cat face.
Anyone know any other mages? Pretend I didn't just think of an answer to my own question. Does anyone else know any other mages?
I mean, yeah, I know that same answer. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
Does the Chainsaws have any mages?
No. They are all Mundies and cyber junkies.
We know Skidmarks knows a mage.
Yeah, the biblical sense.
Didn't we steal shit off her?
I can't remember if she knows that or not. It was a very long time ago.
I believe what... I'm not entirely sure, but I think what happened is the gangs that we gel-rounded to unconsciousness and then...
Unnicked Skidmarks' bike from.
Yes. She was an actual ganger who they were paying to help them out. So I think she only regards us as professional.
Dr. Butler cuts in at this point and goes, this is fascinating, but I would quite like to steal some Drek. Are you into that morgue yet?
Look, this is a delicate operation.
It would go a lot easier with magical support and without you backseat driving this entire run. You've already given us far more than we originally signed up for.
And I'm paying you for it.
Yeah. So let us do our jobs.
Look, when it comes to the hacking bit, you need some help. I'm happy to help out, okay?
Please just this is a very delicate drone operation and I need to concentrate.
Yeah, after a little while, you do actually find yourself in the office coming out of the optical port, like we talked about earlier. You've had your drone come out in the admin assistant's office. Are you doing anything in particular from here? Are you going anywhere? What are you doing?
I'm going to try and find that server that we need to check into.
Now, the admin assistant is currently working on a terminal.
Okay, is there space behind the terminals that I can sneak the drone in?
He's sat at a desk with the wall to his back, the desk in front of him facing the door that you come into his office, and then there's another door slightly to the side of that goes into the actual morgue area. He can see through a window into there, and there's also a direct corridor beyond that goes straight past his office into the morgue area. You can actually give me a perception check, please.
Sure. Right, so I'm going to be running jumped in perception.
Yep.
That's 3 hits.
All right. So looking in through the window, you can see that there's a terminal against the left-hand wall of the morgue that they seem to be using for their reports and things like that.
Okay.
You can see the assistant sat at it at the moment, typing. Oh, man. Oh, you just dropped ash in the keyboard. Oh, that's disgusting.
That assistant is just the worst.
It's the worst.
Right. I'll try and sneak towards that terminal then.
Okie doke. Could I get an infiltration roll or drone equivalent?
I believe the equivalent is infiltration.
Lovely. And microtappers are a micro drone. It's implied in the name.
It's very implied in the name.
Indeed. So they'll be at a -6 to spot you.
That's 2 hits.
You manage to just crawl back into the wall. Now you've got yourself orientated and just make your way along the inside of the wall where literally no bugger can see you. And you've actually crawled inside the terminal. So you're actually in the electronics inside it where you literally cannot be seen.
Right, okay. Now I need to find... Oh, any wire will probably do.
Okay.
So I'll tap in.
Okay, so it has a good munch on some of the wires. And I think at this point it's Sunshine's show.
Yep.
Right.
I will link the wireless connection back to
My pan.
Yep. And you and the good doctor can go ham.
Oh, doctor. You heard the lady. Let's go. And I slide my goggles down.
She cracks her knuckles and goes full hot sim as well. And you can see her Phoenix avatar next to you. So as you're biting into the cables there, Huggy, could I get a hardware plus logic test?
Certainly. That would be hardware, so that would be my electronic scope again, wouldn't it?
It would, yes.
Plus logic. Do I get my hot sim bonus for that?
You will, yes.
Okay.
Anything you're doing through the drone right now, you get your hot sim bonus.
That's 7 hits.
Oh, yeah, you manage it. Absolutely no bother. You've got a good firm signal, so you're in, essentially. The rules don't entirely cover this situation. So what I'm going to say is that you have a direct tap into this terminal, so you've bypassed the hosts and all the rest of it. So you can access it, but all actions are illegal and will require a stealth roll.
Cool.
So, Sunshine, looks like it's your show now.
Alright. Whose terminal are we currently in? Is this the right terminal, or are we in a random person's terminal?
This is the terminal in the medical examiner's office.
Oh, perfect.
It's next to the slab.
Fantastic. So we're looking for a specific. We're looking for Evan Harper's file. So would that be a? What would that be? A browse to try and find that?
Yeah, I'd say browse, and Dr. Butler's going to help you. So take an additional 4 dice.
Nice. I'm hot simmed as well, by the way. Don't think I mentioned that.
No worries.
If ever there was a time, this is it.
Oof.
7 hits.
You guys are on fire.
Nice. So are you using your sort of standard Cortana-like avatar?
Yep, still haven't changed it.
Yep, so you dive into this data store. The data in here, it's like a medical sample museum. So lots of formaldehyde jars with bits of people in them. In this like really big old-fashioned building. And you're kind of going through the jars going, nope, 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 nope. Ugh, nope, 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 nope. The Phoenix is flying along the top level. There's a couple of other icons in here. It seems that Wuxing are pretty chill about, like, if you're working at this level, they're pretty chill about icons of how people present their avatars. So there's quite a few different ones knocking around in here. And you eventually find one labeled Evan Harper. And you find it really quickly. This doesn't look right. Dr. Butler kind of looks at you and says, yeah, this is the one from before. This has been fragged with. We're going to need to go deeper. Do you have the... Yeah, and this is not covered by the rules, so we're in the weeds here. Do you have the decrypt program or something similar?
No, I've got track exploits. Track's about the closest I'm gonna have. I was not planning on having to do this.
She looks at you and says, all right, I'll see what I can do. You just watch my back. So I'm gonna need a stealth roll from you in a minute. This will be assisting her, of all things.
Yep, sure.
I mean, I have decrypt, but I'm not in there with you.
Right, so she manages to get 3 hits, and we'll come back to what she finds shortly. Could you roll your stealth for me, please, Sunshine?
Sure. 5 hits.
Oof, she gets 7 hits. I'm not even bothering to roll for the host. That doesn't have enough dice, I think. So she looks through it, and she kind of goes through the code, and you can see she's put her hands through the jar that's like the data store for his autopsy report, and you see it change. It originally looked like a set of vertebrae that had sheared with a section of spinal cord inside that had been sliced by the shearing bone, and it suddenly shifts, and you're getting the sense that the medical examiner wasn't quite sure what the hell to put, and it changes to a foot with a syringe in it.
I love emoji-based filing systems.
Are these autopsies filed with the profile picture of the thing what killed the guy?
Apparently. Evidently.
That's awful.
Have you met medics? Have you met their sense of humour?
I've met a few medics. You're correct.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit of an odd icon to use. And Dr. Butler turns to you and says, right, we'll read this later. We can't hang about. Let's just copy this and get the frag out of here. Could I get an edit file action from you, please, Sunshine?
Sure. Edit unauthorized coming up.
Before you roll it, take an additional 5 dice.
Bloody hell.
Are you sure the doctor shouldn't just be on point for this?
Yeah, that's 8 hits copying that file. I think we got it.
Ooh, and
You got it in triplicate.
could you roll your stealth for me? You'll get an additional 6 dice.
Yeah, 7 hits on stealth. I think I'm fine.
Yeah, again, we're not bothering to roll this one. And Dr. Butler comes out of VR next to you, Sunshine. She just jacks straight out as soon as she can. And she's...
I wake up and slide the goggles up. Go.
So she pings you a copy and says, right, get reading, and starts digging through it.
Given the current situation, do we still need to get the stiff back in his box?
She looks up and says, the less suspicion we raise, the better.
All right.
We've already agreed a price for putting it back. So she starts reading through, and
We've still got, 48 hours on that timer?
a reasonable amount of time.
Something like that.
I'm going to say 36 at this point.
Ages.
Because you've had a lot going on between getting it over to her and stuff happening in between, and all sorts of stuff's happened. Sunshine, as you're reading through the report, you're not exactly medically knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of... I have no idea how that word is even pronounced, let alone what it means.
There's whole chunks of this that I'm just throwing into my browse onto just the general matrix to go, right, translate that, please.
Yeah. Sixth World Chat GPT is giving you medical science for dummies. Explain to me how this man died like I'm 5.
I'm going to start backing the drones out at this point.
Yeah, could I get the roll for that, just to make sure you get them back?
Sure. This will be pilot answer form. That's 3 hits.
It's gonna take a few hours to get them down to a place where you can get them back, but easily. But unless you're leaving them at a vent in the medical examiner's office.
No, I'm going to try and actually get him out.
So, Sunshine, whilst you're digging through this medical report, this is matching up with what Dr. Butler was saying earlier, and she's looking this over as well, and looks at you and says, have you looked at the metadata?
I pull that up and have a look through it.
They wrote this up in full, like a full autopsy report. It was there for like 4 days, and then it was overwritten with the other one. There's nothing to say why, it was just overwritten. And honestly, this one looks like somebody else's. I mean, look here, the body weight doesn't match.
So they've just done a copy and paste of someone else's
Yeah.
death. But
Oh, God.
hang on. The age doesn't match either. So they've just taken another suicide file, and they've just...
Yeah, they've tweaked a couple of bits here and there, but they've not done a very good... I'm going to have to give you more fragging money, aren't I? I'm going to need to talk to that medical examiner. How do you feel about some light kidnapping?
Dr. Butler, I'm starting to think this is almost personal for you.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime... Oh, Dr. Butler, what are we going to do with you? Have you ever had a mission's parameters change wildly mid-run? Let us know on Discord. Also, if anyone is looking to rehome a pain-in-the-arse Johnson pseudo-doctor, let us know by calling Toyger. Stop messing with my scripts. Intro is More Human Than Human by Karl Cassey, and the background music is also by Karl Cassey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.